This is the Muzilog Magazine Podcast with host Sam Archer. Janice Ross, the author. I think it's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to get you on the Muzilog platform for some years now. But technology wasn't where it is right now. So it was either we were going to do it maybe on a conference call, or but the opportunity to actually just do like a video link and actually have it recorded, like this didn't exist a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you're right.
So you had to bring out a camera crew and lighting and all types of nonsense. But this is really, really cool. So I'm really excited that we have the opportunity to do this.
Likewise.
We met in 2012, 2011,
Was it
2012, around there? Or was it 2012,
11 or
2013?
12, one of those.
Yeah, you had just released 2 books.
Yes.
Don't
That
quote
may
me on
have
the
been
name.
2012 then.
That was
Damaged
2012.
Girl.
Damage, yeah, I think it was Damaged Girls. Yes, you had just released those books, and we met at this was like a Caribbean Day thing, at this Trini restaurant.
Katoys. Yes, I remember.
Katoys, yes. So we shared a table, and I think we met there, and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how have you been?
I can't complain. I have life, and
Amen.
I'm able to stay busy. I have things to do, and I'm able to move about. So I really can't complain.
Amen. Amen. So when you did Damaged Girls, those are books number what in your arsenal of releases?
Oh, Damaged Girls was actually my very first book, my first series.
Okay.
Yes.
So since then, it's 2021. How many titles are we looking at?
Oh my
this time?
goodness. I think about more than a dozen. Definitely more than a dozen. And I've been repurposing, and and what would you call it? Like even Damaged Girls, I took it down because I'm redoing the covers and and just updating
So
it a little bit.
you're re-releasing with some updates, maybe a touch up or
Yes.
some cosmetics.
Yes.
Okay. So you're sort of rebranding a little bit.
Yeah, somewhat of a rebrand.
Okay.
I mean, it's still still me, but just like you said, just some cosmetics and touch up, and just I want to update and perhaps make Damaged Girls a bit more relevant.
Okay.
To the times.
Okay. And before I forget, I want to let the audience know that this is that Janice also did the proofreading for my book Hybrid Executive. All right, we gotta clap that up there. All right, yes, she did the proofreading.
Wonderful book.
You were doing the one of the final stages. I did have some other help after that, but it wasn't about the proofreading. Some other things. But so you actually worked on the final stages before the book was released, and your work was immensely appreciated. It made a major difference in the book. I haven't had anyone actually saying to me like any complaints. I haven't had any complaints like from the book, which is
it was well written to begin with.
Thank you.
Also, and it was very helpful even to me in reading it, and extremely informative. And it could be applied in so many industries. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, kudos.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to shine the light and uh, give you some love on that as well.
Thank you.
And so, what's okay? So now you lived in Delaware for a little while. Now
Yeah.
you're in the Sunshine State of Florida.
Yes, yes. I feel like Florida has always been calling my name, and I
Ah,
finally listened. I don't know. I just, it feels like home.
mm,
And when I say home, I don't necessarily mean my place of birth, but it just feels like home.
okay.
I don't know
So
if that
it's
makes
you
sense.
feel settled. You feel you're arrived. You're contented, or sorry, you're content in terms um,
Not
of.
necessarily contented, but I feel like okay, I can kick back because for the longest in Delaware,
Mhm.
I felt uneasy. I felt like, uh, I
Okay.
didn't feel that connection
Mm,
to the
mm,
place where I was at. I mean, granted, my family is still there,
mhm,
but
mhm.
I just didn't feel that connection
The
to
earth vibes wasn't rocking with you at that point. You didn't feel the
not
earth
at all.
vibes rocking.
Not at
Okay, but
all.
you are feeling the earth in Florida.
Um, Pre-pandemic, definitely. Now I'm just waiting for the pandemic to be gone.
Aren't we all?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I thought at least that I would be able to, do more writing
Hmm.
and so on and so forth, being home so much and, with so much being closed down. Well, let me rephrase that because Florida is in a world all by itself.
I can
But
imagine.
yes, it definitely is. But I find that I, haven't been diving into that creative side as
Hmm.
much since the pandemic, just because it's a different type of feel. So I'm looking forward to when I'm able to really get back out there and
Mm.
experience Florida once again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's well, before we jump into the meat of the interview where I want to go,
Okay.
do you have anything coming out like in the near future, or you just been on a break totally? But is there something that was in the works at least?
I actually have three different books that I'm working on,
Hmm.
and they're much different to what I typically write
Hmm.
because these stories, I don't want to say that they're necessarily nonfiction, but they're a lot more of me in
Mm.
them. Well, one of them is like borderline self help and a bit of me, and what
Hmm.
I've been going through. And the other two are just stories that just really speak to the heart of women
Mm.
and more personal to me.
Okay.
So
So the one where you say where it's more of you, is
yeah,
it like have you've been dealing with something that you're sharing with the
yes,
audience?
yes.
So I guess that will remain on the lid until it's ready for
Oh
release.
no,
So,
I don't mind speaking about it because
oh,
I
okay.
actually started a website for it, and
Hmm.
I'll be doing some things with that website as well. But that book and actually that it's a company that I've started as well, a blog um, an online retail company as well. It's called My Identity, and it
Hmm.
really deals with speaking to women and this whole stage of our life where where women go through from like
Hmm.
early menopause, perimenopause, menopause, and just I guess preparing ourselves to go
Mm.
through that,
Okay.
and and not knowing what to expect, and there's so much out
Mm.
there that so many of us don't know,
Okay.
and yeah, so it just deals with me. and how,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Now, is it something that men could learn from as well? Uh,
perhaps,
perhaps.
perhaps,
Okay.
yeah, if they
Look.
have someone, in their life that, well,
Hmm.
any woman would, I think would be going through it at some point.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
No, and the reason why I ask is that uh sometimes, you know, as a man, you might hear a woman express things, whether it might be menopause, it might be depression, or it might be that time of the month, or what have you. And then, so as a guy, you're just there like, okay,
Yeah, and
you know.
unfortunately, a lot of men, I shouldn't even say. I'll say it this way. Unfortunately, there are men that don't understand that, and that are they're not empathetic
Hmm.
towards women um that may be going through these things. And one of the things that a lot of people may think that there's certain ages. There are
Hmm.
people that they're women rather that have been that have started going through menopause from in their late 20s, early
Mm.
30s,
Okay. Mm.
so, and some people that don't even realize that that's what they're going through.
Mm. Now,
Yeah.
is that kind of early though, or is that? I mean, those are just like unique situations.
That's definitely early,
Mm-hmm.
but there, at the same time, there are some women that don't go through it until they're older.
Mm.
you
Mm.
know
Okay. Okay.
so yeah.
So okay, interesting. So that is one of the books you have coming.
Yes.
So I'd like the audience to definitely look out for that. I guess at the end of the interview, we'll talk about how folks can reach you,
Yes.
and I'll probably have it running under the screen or something.
Okay.
No, well, this is more audio. Well, we'll see. We'll see what
Hmm.
happens. We'll probably take a chance and
Okay.
do something creative with the presentation of the interview. So,
Okay.
so what I wanted to actually jump into is I wanted to find out what inspired you to start writing.
Oh.
Yeah, what was your inspiration to get started there?
Well, I've always, and I can't stress that enough, I've always wanted to write. I've always been drawn to the written word.
Mm,
I've always had it in me. I can recall from even when I was, oh my gosh, in elementary school. I'm talking young, young, young. And
mm-hmm,
my sister, um, she's 7 years younger than me. And when I remember when my mother brought my sister home from the hospital, I wrote about that.
mm,
And, at that age, and it was my essay was a semifinalist
mm-hmm,
there was an essay contest going on. I don't know if it was for the school or district or whatever have you, but
mm-hmm,
it's just something that's always been a part of me. I've always been quick to grab a pen and journal, or grab a pen, pencil, whatever it may be, and write poetry. Because I have a lot of thoughts,
mm-hmm,
and and sometimes I'm overwhelmed with the things going through my mind, and the
mm,
only way to really deal with it is to get it down on paper, or
mm,
in recent times, I guess, type it up on the phone. Or so there are times when I'll be driving, and and I'm overwhelmed with an ideal, or even a scene, and it
mm-hmm,
could be a scene for a book that I haven't even started to work on, and I have to pull over and just write it out. So it's
mm.
just always been a part of me.
Okay. Um, when do you know that, okay, you know what, I need to jump into this story? Like, you may have something hits you, or maybe you have different elements of things that might be hitting you. When do you actually decide, you know what, I like this, I'm going to start writing on this? When does that
Mm.
happen for you?
Um, Hmm. I don't know. It's interesting because I can't even really answer that because
Mm.
I have some stories that I wrote even before, or
Mm-hmm.
partial stories that I wrote even before Damaged Girls
Mm-hmm.
that I have yet to release. And I
Oh.
know that at some point I want to release,
Mm-hmm.
but I just haven't released them yet.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So some of them are still okay. So all right. So what made Damaged Girls something that you felt, okay, I'm gonna run with this one, like release it to the public? What was the deciding factor for that one in
It
particular?
screamed at me the loudest.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it screamed at me the loudest, and it was something that I was passionate about because it's based on something that I see a lot,
Mm-hmm.
or at the time I saw a lot. And actually I still see it a
Mm-hmm.
bit now.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just blaring.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
And it's interesting because I have other stories that are that way, and I still say, okay, not yet. Now's
Mm-hmm.
not the time.
Okay.
But Damaged Girls just kind of bulldozed its way in and said, yes, now. Hmm.
Okay. Now, when you do stories, do you pretty much have like, is there like an unknown element as you're writing? Meaning that are you listening to characters as you write to get to the end of the story, or you sort of have a layout of, all right, this character is going to do this character is going to do that, this character is going to do the other. I mean, is there any character that just you didn't get a handle on them until at the end of the
Mm.
story?
Huh. Hmm. You know, I it's interesting because some of my characters I can control and some of them I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll give you a perfect example of that, but I will say this much. I Because what they call it, if you're a pantser or a plotter, I do both.
Mm-hmm.
I try to plot out my stories, but it's gotten to the point where I just leave like high level um, bullet points and I work off of that based on my characters. However,
Mm-hmm.
I have a story called Loving Nath, and the main character in that story, her name is Leah.
Mm-hmm.
And Leah, um, she's actually based off of a biblical character with the
Mm.
same name, Leah.
Okay.
But um, very low self esteem, and I took her through a um, a challenging relationship, trying to force her to grow. And it's interesting because at the very end of that book,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up doing dual endings, alternate endings.
Mm.
So, and that was simply because it was me like teaching my character a lesson. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but it
Mm.
was me
Okay.
teaching her a lesson, if she stayed in this relationship or if she left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. That those types of things intrigue me a little bit because it's
Oh,
amazing how as when you're doing writing. Now I started a fiction that I got to get back to. So
oh,
I'm
yeah.
still on the hybrid executive. Um but
Hmm.
some of the, as you said, some of the characters you can sort of control
Yes.
what's going to happen, and some of them they're weird. They,
Yes.
they they have their own little situation, and
Hmm.
it's an interesting headspace to be in
It
when you're
is.
writing. And I guess to the regular person, it sounds like you're crazy, like this person is out of their minds. But
Yes.
but
Yes.
you got to get into that headspace to get into like the characters, and and then you got to shave the characters down to like really get to like a crisp visual
Yes.
of who they are and
Well,
what they
I
what they.
let that character just run with it,
Hmm.
and I've seen reviews where people are annoyed with her character, extremely annoyed, you know. But that's I I just let it go because
Hmm.
unfortunately it's realistic.
And,
You
and
know.
and if the character is getting people annoyed, I mean it's the character is doing its job.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, people got
Because
to be like,
even
this person is up,
she,
getting me upset, pissing me off.
mhm,
Why are they doing this? And you're like, what
yes,
happened? Oh, it's this book I'm reading over.
yes, pretty much, pretty much.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
But when I tell you, it was
Hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed writing that story.
Mm.
I did. It was, yeah, one of my favorites.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, um, out of all the books you've written, is there anything that seems film worthy to you? Like you think, hey, you know what, this would make a really good movie.
Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. I have an island hopping series
Mm-hmm.
that it's actually an eight book. Well, okay. Let me tell you a little
Yeah.
bit about this.
Okay.
So far, um, two of the books have been released, but it's an eight-book series,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about a young lady that was abandoned as a child,
Mm-hmm.
and she is. It starts out with an introductory novella called "Jumping Ship," and then each book after that, it's like island hopping. I think the second book is Trinidad and Tobago. The
Mm-hmm.
next one is um, oh goodness,
Barbados,
Grenada.
oh, Grenada.
You
Okay.
know, it goes through Antigua. Um, Part of my reasoning for wanting to do that was to showcase um, other islands
Mm-hmm.
than the normal islands that we hear about,
Mm-hmm.
or other countries in the Caribbean. Well, and including Guyana. But
Mm.
it's like I said, it's about a little girl that's abandoned as a child, and when she was left with these like little, I call them artifacts, and she was found in Times Square, and her adoptive parents raised her. That found her, they actually raised her as their own, and she reaches, she graduates, gets her degree, and she said, "Okay, I'm going to look for my parents, for her real
Mm.
parents." So she goes on a journey through different islands in the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean, and in
Okay.
going on that journey, she I throw in a bit of made up history, but at the same time showcasing different parts
Mm.
of the Caribbean and different historical events that she learns about at the same time.
Mm. Okay. So what has the response been for this series, the island hopping series?
Well, I initially released Jumping Ship some time back, and I had ended up pulling it down for a while because
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing, and this is really bad.
Oh Lord.
I have the entire eight-book series pretty much handwritten out,
Okay.
but I haven't typed it up.
Oh.
And
uh,
and I used to get so many people reaching out to me. This is a mystery. I want more. I want more. When is the rest coming out? And yeah, so that's kind of where I have a friend of mine that's
mm-hmm.
an author as well, Nicole, where she's always threatening me. She's like, "When am I getting my story? When am I getting island hopping?" And yeah,
Yeah. When are we getting the story, Janice? When are we going to get that story?
I'm going to type it up one day. The thing is, as I type it up, I'm going to have to fill in the, I guess, what would you call, like, dress it up some. But yeah, it's interesting because, as a matter of, I'm sitting at my desk and I have the notebook with it all.
Mm. Mm.
And I always keep it close to me because I know it's here. People ask me questions about, does she ever find her parents? What goes on? I said, I know everything what goes on in the entire story. I don't believe that it's going to change, but it's so near and dear to me though. But I could see it. I could see it, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, and I could see it as a colorful movie, very intriguing, or
Okay.
even a story, sometimes a series or something along those lines. But yeah,
Well, the good thing, what I like what I'm hearing. I mean, a series is really like where things are right now.
yes,
It's really tough to, and kudos to the people who could pack a whole story
oh gosh,
in a certain amount of pages. Is
yes,
tough,
it
but
is.
with at least with the series, you can unpack certain things, so
Yeah,
folks can really get a full like view. Like, what, this character is
yes,
this is this person, this is that kind of person, and you can really
yes,
dig into the actual story. So
yes.
I am gonna keep a positive thing going, and hopefully you can type it up. Now, I grew up in Tobago, so I'm curious to check out that when they stopped to in TNT. I'm really curious as to how that part of the story would go. I haven't read anything yet, but it's intriguing. It's very, very, very intriguing for
Yes,
me.
yes. There's a lot of I try to I did a lot of research.
Hmm.
So but I also tried to take into account some historical events
Hmm.
that happened, because some of it takes place over in France, and
Mm. Okay.
during the war, and so it's a bit of a historical fiction as well. So because
Mm.
it crosses the line.
Okay. So we're gonna look out for that. Do you need me to send you? Well, you have a computer, so it's not like I need to send you a typewriter with some ink and with some ribbons.
Oh my goodness.
So
No,
we'll so you're gonna keep us posted on that.
I will.
Um. Okay. So this is cool. So you have some books coming out soon. You have a 8-book series that you just did the first two. You're rebranding. So what could we see from Janice in the near future? You're rebranding and all of that. So what are we going to see? Like, I don't know, you starting a network? What's going on?
Well, well, like I said, I did recently start a blog where
Mm-hmm.
I want to spend some time with that and my identity. That's the title for the other book.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to. I've been shifting focus a little bit to that,
Mm-hmm.
and I I started a retail store where I'm focusing on like comfort wear and active wear. I've been working out a whole lot. I've lost about 20 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, because
Oh,
I had gained a whole lot of weight. Hmm.
from staying home from with the COVID.
Yeah,
I feel
so
your pain. I feel your
yeah,
pain. Well,
it's
but
just been,
congrats on losing 20 pounds. That's
yes.
a milestone. Some people are trying to lose 5.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I was shocked when I weighed myself and I said, yes. Oh my,
Finally, right?
yeah. Yeah. And it feels amazing, yeah, because I needed to lose it as well. So,
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So, what are some of the services you provide?
Sure. I
Mm-hmm.
so I do a bit of ghost writing, copy editing. I also do proofreading. Um, what
I'm a
else?
witness, proofreading. Yeah.
Yes, I I do a little website building,
Mm-hmm.
but that can be you, and I know you know this. That can be time consuming,
Mm-hmm. It
very
is.
time consuming.
Yes.
So I limit that. I have to pull back from quite a bit, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's some of what I do.
And the reason why I ask you is that I'm sure some other authors maybe who might need some services may
Hmm.
probably want to check
I
you
do
out.
mentoring as well. I've actually been working on some writing classes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to determine the platform that I want to have the classes on,
Mm-hmm.
whether to just do it on my website and just make it available to anyone that signs up, or perhaps do like Skillshare or one of those. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well, all right. So is there anything that you wanted to talk about in the interview that I didn't get a chance to ask you about? Maybe I didn't tap into that thing that you probably want to really let the audience know.
Um, Let me think. I did want to mention, uh, you know, um, I have one thing about me, my writing,
Mm-hmm.
um, perhaps my writing style, I guess who I am, deals a lot with emotions,
Mm.
making hard choices, making um, hard decisions. You know, I think with everything that I try to write, it's not always. Um, I guess what is that saying? Roses and what is that saying? I can't even.
Roses are red and violets are blue. No, I'm
No,
just.
it's not always like like roses and perfume, and it's not pretty and it's
Mm-hmm.
not perfect. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, my writing it's about life and
Mm.
about experiences. Not always my experiences, but perhaps things that I may have seen, and I take them and add my own twist to them.
Mm-hmm.
I've written about um, suicide. I've written about, uh,
Mm.
unworthiness. I've written about depression, and
Okay.
I have some heavy books out there. Um, you know, Once someone asked me if I'm a romance author, and I said no. Said I don't necessarily think so, because their romance may be a secondary element,
Mm-hmm.
but for me it's more or less about getting that emotion out. And
Mm.
I hope that with my stories, people can perhaps reflect, so
Mm.
that at the heart of
Okay.
my stories, that's a big part, that's important for me.
Okay. Okay. And thank you for sharing that. That's heavy right there.
Mhm.
So this is the part of the interview that I ask some questions, and who knows, they might be off limit questions.
Okay.
Are you willing to jump into those types of questions, or
Sure.
wow, you bravely jumping in? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. So, what is your favorite color?
Oh, I have two: pink and green.
Pink and green,
I'm not AKA though.
aka like I'm
The
lost.
the sorority.
Oh, oh.
That's their color. Yeah.
Pink and green. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, in any, I mean, they're just two colors that you just like. So, but not necessarily together. But
No,
you will do
not
pink, or
together.
then you'll do green, or
Any
it will
shade
be.
of pink and any shade of green.
Mm, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. You see, that wasn't too bad, right?
No.
That was light. Okay. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
um, the other question I want to ask you is, when you have a day that you're hanging out in the kitchen, what does Janice Ross love to prepare in the kitchen? What is the favorite thing you love to do when you're in the kitchen as a meal?
Hmm. Well, previously I love curry chicken. I mean, I grew up with that,
Mm,
you know, but I've had to, just adjust my cooking now,
mm-hmm,
as of lately. And I find that I recently got, well, for Christmas, I got an air fryer.
mm-hmm,
So I'm always making salmon in my air fryer.
mm.
I also make chicken breast, but yeah, salmon for the
Okay.
most part. Hmm.
Okay, so you just love doing the salmon. But
Yes.
but 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 curry chicken was the dish before.
You know what? Curry chicken, oxtail. Oh gosh, but I've
She
given
said,
up oxtail a long time. A long
uh-huh.
time.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So would this go with rice? Or are we looking at mac and cheese? Or like you just, I mean, is it with anything? Like,
What, the
but
curry chicken or the
yeah,
oxtail?
with the curry chicken.
The curry chicken. I like curry chicken um with yellow rice.
Mm.
Hmm.
Now, and you, so you can prepare the yellow rice and the curry chicken all
Yes.
together. You can do it all together.
Hmm.
All right. And you, I mean, is there something you drink with that, or
No, I drink water. I'm
you
not a
just
juice
you're
person,
not a
or
juice
I
person?
may do like coconut water, like pure coconut water.
Mm. Okay, so
Mhm.
you don't do a little bit of wine or. Um,
Well, as of I'm not a drinker, but as
mhm.
of lately, especially, I've cut alcohol out of my meal plan or diet.
Okay, so
So
no wine to celebrate or anything.
no
Okay, you celebrate with water. That's what you're saying.
water.
Okay,
Hmm.
I guess that's a special situation. So, and that wasn't a bad question either, right? So,
No, it wasn't.
okay, so I will go to um, my third question.
Mhm.
So you're an author, so this would probably be a different twist. Now, normally with the musicians I talk to, I will ask them, what are the three, no, like, name me three artists from your MP3 player. But you probably don't listen to music like that. Or
I
are you?
do.
Or you do?
Oh my
Oh, because
goodness,
I was going to
yes.
ask you, well, what book that thought that you would have checked out, that, if you follow authors. But let's keep it with the music. Maybe we could just
Mm,
twist it a little bit different here.
yes.
So what are three people that you're listening to right now in your MP3 player?
Okay. Right now, let me tell you, I have to. Um, I do listen to. I listen to a lot of gospel mainly. Um,
Okay. Okay.
uh, Travis Green.
Oh, Travis Green. All right.
Yes, I really enjoy his songs.
Mm-hmm.
But I've lately too. I've been on this. Uh, I want to tell you the name of this song. Well, the name of this artist. I've also been into um, Afro. I guess Afro Caribbean beats or Afro beats.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
song that I don't know. I don't know what it's called. In my Maserati, it's by Olakira.
Okay. I'm not sure who that is, but
Mhm.
the audience could probably Google that.
Yeah.
Ola Kara.
Let me tell. OLAKIRA. and it's called In My Maserati. And I don't know, you just have to listen
It
to it.
works for you. It works
It
for you.
works for me. Yeah.
Okay.
It
Okay.
really works for me. And what else? And you know, it's interesting, kind of an aside.
Okay.
I've always been well, I've always enjoyed um, different uh, music from different countries. Obviously, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Guyana, so I have a broad range of likes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And for me, my sons would tease me because I'll hear a beat for a song, not
Mm-hmm.
understand a single word of the song,
Mm-hmm.
but I will go and try to figure out who's singing it, get the lyrics, and then at some point you'll hear me singing the lyrics. And because I would have had it translated by that time, so I know what I'm singing. And my boys,
Okay.
they would look at me and say, "What is wrong with you? You're just not normal." But the beat
Uh-huh.
draws me in.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
The rhythm gets you.
Yes, let me tell there like there was there's this song. It's old. It's really old. It's I believe Portuguese. A Brazilian guy. I believe he's Brazilian. His name is Michael Telo, and
Mm.
it's a song called I. Um, me, I'm gonna tell you in 1 second because it's like one of my Zumba songs when I'm doing my own Zumba.
Ah. Okay. Okay. When you zumba in.
Yes, but when I see to pego, and it means like, oh, if I get you, oh, if I catch you.
Ah.
So when I first heard the song was at a Zumba class in Delaware, and I don't know. Once again, you know the rhythm, the beat, and I liked how he was singing. Didn't understand a lick of what he was singing.
Mm.
So after the class, I asked the instructor. I said, you know, what's the name of that song? And she told me. I said, do you know what he's saying? She said, no. She
Oh.
was Spanish, but it's sung in Portuguese.
Ah.
So I said, well, give me the artist's name. So I went home, looked it up, got all the words to the song. So I know when I'm dancing to something, you know, it kind of helps to give me that type of attitude and that
Mm.
true feel to it because I know what the song is about.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. But those questions went bad, right?
No, not at all.
You thought I was gonna go deeper with some other stuff, you know. No, 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 no. But you know, it's funny when I tell people, yeah, these might be off limits, and then they just like, oh yeah, go ahead. What's there nothing off limits? Or some people they might pause and be like, huh?
Yeah. No, I know. I know.
So tell me, how can folks reach you for right now? I know you're in construction, but I'm sure
Yeah.
there might be one or two people that may want to just reach out and follow, see what see what you're doing, what you're up to.
Sure, sure.
Hmm.
Through my email, which is
Um, Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, my author Janice Ross at gmail.com.
Hmm.
Um, and I guess I'll spell it out AuthorJaniceRoss at gmail.com. And
Hmm.
also, my my identity blog is actually up,
Hmm.
and I am. Give me just out. It's my the web the website for that is MYIDENTITY one, the number one, um,
Hmm.
.com, um, and any issues on there or any questions or so, you know, the email for that is contact at
Hmm.
myidentity1.com. So
Okay, my
yeah,
identity.
and I am on Facebook, Instagram,
Okay.
TikTok, but that's more or less for me to be nosy on other videos.
Oh, okay, okay. But on Facebook, is it my identity again, or are they looking for Janice Ross or author Janice
I
Ross?
actually have well, Janice Ross, but I have a, a a business page on there, author Janice Ross,
Mm-hmm.
and I also have a cultural cocktails page. So
Okay. Well, Miss Ross, thank you for
thank
your
you.
time. This was a blast. We
Yes,
had,
it was. I
yeah,
enjoyed it.
we were supposed to do this ages ago,
Yes,
and
yes.
I'm happy we had a chance to finally
I
get
am
done.
too. I am
Yes,
too.
yes, and we look forward to your new releases.
Yes. Thank
All
you.
right.
I
So
appreciate it.
you're welcome, and thank you for being with us. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thank you. All right, and enjoy your evening. And thanks everyone for whomever tunes in. And don't hesitate to reach out either. You know, I'm a talker, so.
All right, then.
All right, Sam. Take care.
You
All the
take care.
best. Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Be sure to visit our website, muzilog.com. MUZILOG, Muzilog.com, where music, entertainment, and culture lives.